suggesting, it sounds like you were suggesting that you don't have to have license or registration or insurance. Is that what you were saying?
I have documentation of that from the Supreme Court ruling.
Have you read everything that you're about to send me?
Yes.
You're supposed to take all this stuff out because none of this stuff has anything to do with what you're talking about. None of it.
You read
it? Actually, some of the cases are directly opposite. And they state that you have to have a valid license. We're trying to get you an offer, but it's my understanding after talking with your lawyer that that you don't want to accept anything. What do you want to do? What do you want to do?
The thing is, I don't know what court cases is being brought up. The recent ones or the one that I already have a trial for.
I think all of the cases that are on the docket, everything that's on the docket, that you already had all this stuff set for trial. And what we did probably, okay, I see.
I sent some paperwork in, but some of those cases I got kicked out of Zoom. I send in the pictures through that document website, and I don't know, and I send paperwork to the law department for a FOIA for the court cases.
Okay, what documents did you send in to the court?
It was the case where I had got kicked out of Zoom, and I sent in the pictures where I got kicked out of Zoom.
All right, y'all get ready, because this one wastes no time heating up. The second this man walks into Judge Vondabee's courtroom, the atmosphere shifts. He's fired up and dead set on not shelling out another dime in child support. But Judge Vonda? Cool, composed, and in total control. She shuts the nonsense down quick, making it crystal clear. This courtroom isn't the place for attitude. The tension is heavy, emotions are raw, and it's obvious. This isn't just a legal dispute. It's personal. And trust me, things are just getting started.
I think that was the January of this year case, and they was like, if I sent in the pictures showing that I was kicked out of the room because I thought the case was dismissed, and I got kicked out.
Okay, so what, do you have any documents that relates to your driver's license, insurance, or registration?
Like told the lady, the one got me him, the judge, the person that I talked to on the last court case said, we don't have no problems with you. And I said, I'm going through the process to take care of Dearborn because Dearborn the one that got him out. They didn't honor none of my paperwork.
We're talking about Detroit. Do you have any documents? Hold on, let me ask my question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me ask my question. Do you have any documents that suggest that you have valid insurance? The other cases are going to be dismissed, but we have two officers here that are here and the date and time set for trial. So are you willing to entertain an offer to resolve the cases, or do you want a trial on all the cases?
I mean, which did you say some of them are gonna get dismissed? I only have two. I know the one that I recently got, everything is for the same thing.
Yes. So here's the deal. Here's the deal. Let me break it down to you. Are not showing up, have not showed up, and we're just gonna automatically dismiss those cases. So we can get you an offer on the 6 tickets that those two officers wrote you. Are you willing to entertain the offer for those 6 tickets?
Benny and Don.
Now the mother enters and the entire mood flips. She's composed, but there's weariness in her eyes, clearly fed up with the drama. Judge Vonda doesn't waste a second and cuts straight to the point. Why is this father suddenly asking to pay less? His reason? He's got a newborn with another woman. Just like that, the air thickens. Judge Vonda's expression says it all. She's not here for the excuses. The mother fires back, sharp and unapologetic, calling him out for failing to take responsibility. Emotions flare, and the tension in the room hits a whole new level.
Have you read everything that you're about to send me?
Yes.
No, I bet you haven't.
No, the affidavit, yeah.
No, this case stuff you're about to send me.
Yes, it's only 2 attachments. I got to get the right one because the first email was the wrong stuff.
Are we on the record? Let's go back on the record with Lynch while he's sending that. You know? Let's go back on the record with Lynch. While he's sending that, I'm going to say this. I hope you've read everything that you sent me, and because you're filing these documentations with the court, and you're suggesting that these documentations the court are saying are in support of you not having to have a license and insurance and registration, I believe, or all 3 of the above, or at least one of them. Wait a minute. Let me finish making my record.
Okay.
You're suggesting that the Supreme Court says you need to have either none of those documents, or at least you don't have to have one of those documents. So all I'm saying is I hope that you are actually have read and gone over what you're sending the court, because as I said earlier, I've never seen anything that supports what you're saying. I get people in here that submit. I can type in "don't need a driver's license" in the search box, and they'll give me a list of cases. And I hope that's not.
The tension escalates quickly, flipping from uneasy to outright explosive. The dad begins pointing fingers, claiming he's barely scraping by and can't afford more. But Judge Vonda isn't buying any of it. She holds him accountable without skipping a beat. Then, bam, the mom drops a shocker. She's planning to move to Florida. The room falls silent. The dad's expression goes stone cold. The judge catches her breath, and suddenly it hits. This battle just got way bigger. It's no longer just about money. Custody and distance are now on the table, turning this courtroom into a ticking time bomb.
This is the U.S. Supreme Court travel rulings. Motion to set aside default. The case number is SB 15379-421 and SB 155-47541. To whom the dear Judge Sean B. Perkins, and to whom it may concern, the burden of truth is on me, or then it will just be my word against others' words. I, Clyde Darrell Lynch, always traveling, Supreme Court rulings on travel, along with being put in ransom for illegal profit gains against my federal freedoms / liberties and / or etc., as it is proven below, and an unnecessary burden of cash out of my pocket, etc. For what? Question mark. I do not have gold or silver to pay this debt and / or a promissory note. Driver, one employee in conducting a coach, carriage, wagon, or other vehicle with horses, mules, or other animals. Now here's what I'm talking about. Here's what the court is talking about right here. I figured he was going to bring this up because all Mr. Lynch did was he went on the Google search and searched basically, I don't know exactly the terminology, but he put driving, don't need to drive without a license. And all of these same cases come up. And this one case really bothers me because that's why I asked Mr. Lynch, did he read the cases? Are you familiar with your Black history, Mr. Lynch?
Okay, is the paper that you're reading is the one that's saying titled Supreme Court ruling and U.S. Constitution?
Yes.
Okay, that's not updated, but the other ones I sent, those are the ones that's relevant. The one that say Law Depot, it's like 6 pages, but the last 3 is the affidavit and the In the FOIA paper, you already seen that for the dash cam, etc. But the Law Depot, the first 3 pages is just the website information telling you how to do it. I actually went to school for criminal justice and private investigator, but I didn't finish because I got kicked out for no necessary reason.
Take it down, break it down. What I asked you was, you're providing me documentation to show proof that the Supreme Court says that you don't need a driver's license to drive a vehicle, right?
Your Honor.
I'm asking you a yes or no question.
Okay, all I want to say, that Supreme Court paper, you can forget about that. That Law Depot paper.
Judge Vonda jumps straight into the Florida move without hesitation. The mom explains it's about securing a better job and creating stability, but the dad is blindsided. He had no idea this was happening. Now he's fighting back hard, demanding joint custody because he wants to maintain a relationship with his kids. The tension in the courtroom is palpable. Meanwhile, Judge Vonda stays calm and relentless, firing sharp questions and refusing to let anything slide. This case has moved far beyond support payments. It's a battle for both their futures. Every exchange cuts sharper than
is what I've been working on, and I'm still trying to figure out how to go through the court cases all the way to the Supreme Court. So I'm studying and learning how to do that, to do this, to take care of Dearborn, because Dearborn is the one that got me in limbo right now.
But what I'm saying is, I don't need to see any Law Depot. I don't see any Law Depot. I asked you a question earlier. I said, I hope that you're bringing these that stuff that you're. Wait a minute. I asked you a question, and I said, I hope that you are you're sending me these papers and these cases and in support of you not having to drive with a license. And I hope that you've read the cases that you're using in support of what your belief of the law is and the Constitution and stuff. And I did this, and I've done it. You're not the first person that's done it. And the reason why I ask you, are you familiar with your African American history, particularly the civil rights movement, is because you have submitted a case, Shuttlesworth versus the city of Birmingham. And you submitted this case in support of you not having to drive with a license. And it's kind of like
Now we hit the crucial moment. The dad attempts to turn the tables, accusing the mom of using the kids as bargaining chips. But Judge Vonda isn't buying any of that emotional manipulation. She fires back with a challenge. Where's the financial evidence? If you want less support, bring the numbers to the table. You can almost see him shifting uncomfortably. He clearly didn't come ready. Meanwhile, the mom stands her ground, detailing how she's been shouldering everything on her own. The judge's quiet pause speaks volumes. The tension is thick, and a verdict is on the horizon, and it's bound to shake things.
Because none of this stuff has anything to do with what you're talking about. None of it.
You read
actually, some of the cases are directly opposite, and they state that you have to have a valid license. The one with the wagon and the coach, what was that guy? He's in 1903. I forget the case. He's driving a coach. He's got a car in 1903. He's got a car in 1903. He had big money. And he's driving his car up this dirt road and he's speeding. And they give him a ticket. And they say, not that he doesn't have not to have a license. They just wanted to automatically revoke his license because he had a license without a hearing. And he's saying, you can't do that. I have to have a hearing before you're able to take my license from me. So he's not even saying what you say he's saying. So this stuff is
in Birmingham. I probably had took that out. Like I stated, I haven't updated that.
Well, you know something, I wish you would read this stuff before you even put it in this document, because that's what you're supposed to do. I can hold you in contempt for filing filing this irrelevant stuff.
Do you get the law depot document 3?
I got the law depot document.
Okay, but basically that sums it up right there. That, like I said, that's
Now everything starts to come apart. Judge Vonda breaks down the dad's new expenses, cuts through the excuses, and begins crunching the numbers to find what's truly fair. He tries to interrupt, but every attempt only digs a deeper hole for himself. The mom watches silently, a quiet satisfaction in her eyes. She's been waiting for this moment of reckoning. Judge Vonda's voice hardens. This isn't just about fairness, it's about sending a clear message. If you bring a child into this world, you support that. Child, no exceptions. The entire courtroom seems to be holding its breath, waiting for the final. Judge Vonda drops the verdict like a hammer strike, no cutbacks. In fact, she increases the child support. The dad's reaction is priceless, shocked, maybe even a little humiliated. He tries to push back, but the moment has passed. She lays it down clearly. Having more kids doesn't lessen your duty. It only adds to it. The mom stays composed, but you can sense the weight lifting off her shoulders. This is justice delivered, sharp, unwavering, and final. The courtroom falls into a heavy silence, everyone holding their breath. It's done. Judge Vonda closes the case with firm authority. She approves the Florida move, sets clear visitation guidelines, and drives home one undeniable fact. This court prioritizes the kids above all else, not childish drama. As both parents leave, there's no celebration, just the heavy reality of their choices settling in. What played out was a clash of egos, but only one thing emerged unshaken. Accountability is non-negotiable. With that, the gavel falls, ending another intense day in Judge Vonda's courtroom.